So Lisa asked us for a pillow. So this will be a quick tutorial of my favorite way to make a pillow casing. I have a pillow problem. I love making pillows. This pillow has a zipper. This uses the least amount of fabric, but you have to put in a zipper. So you have to have a zipper and you have to know how to sew a zipper, and I don't usually like to take the time to use zippers. So I usually make pockets, and this is a pocket pillow, and I just whoosh, put the pillow form in the pocket. The problem with this particular pocket, and you can see it, is that it doesn't really hold tight. And thanks to Instagram, I have a new method, and I made these years ago when I was going through my blue and green phase. I don't think I've exited my blue and green phase, but made these years ago. They've been washed 100 times, so they are well-loved pillows. Now before I make them into a pillow, I usually quilt them, and I put batting and just cheap fabric or white fabric on the back side, and this gives that pillow just an extra special feel. So if you have some extra batting, just put it, layer it on top of your fabric, put the batting down, put this backing fabric on, and just flip it all over. I'm going to bring out my pillow example here. Put your batting on top, put your extra fabric on top of that, flip it over, and in your sewing machine just trace some lines. You can trace outside of the seam. That looks good, and it looks good when you do it inside the square. You can do cross hatches all the way across. You can just do, they don't have to be diagonal. You can just do some simple stitching. Set your stitch length to 3.5, and you want a wide stitch length. It looks better, and just quilt down that batting so that it doesn't bunch up in your pillow. Okay, I'm not going to do that because I want to show you how to make the pillow and not to do the quilting today. When I look at the back of my pillow before I start anything, I want to remove any of these loose threads, and especially an example here, it says red on the white, because it will show through. No matter what you do, you'll see that red thread and you will be most unhappy. So we sew right sides together, and what I've done is I've cut 2 squares of this leftover fabric of Sleeping Dragons. It's so cute, and it's soft. I've cut 2. And the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to put right sides together, and I don't think I care what direction these dragons go. I am going to sew this side here, and this side to here. So I'll be right back, and I will have sewn those 2 sides together. Okay, I'm back from the sewing machine, and let me tell you, I forgot how hard it is to work with this fabric. This fabric stretches in 4 different directions. So where we talked about warp and weft of a fabric, we stretch a little in one direction, we don't stretch it all in one direction, and then in the diagonal it really stretches a lot. The stuff stretches in every direction, so it's slippery and miserable to work with, and I forgot that. But I'm committed. I jumped into it. Okay, so this side we're going to fold all the way over, and it doesn't matter which side, just pick a side. I'm going to pick this side. I'm going to fold it over as best I can. It was very slippery while I was doing all of that. And I'm going to fold it halfway, just like that. And then I'm going to take this side and I'm going to lay it on top. And now I'm not going to sew this side. That's a no. I'm going to go and sew the top and the bottom. And I am going to use these clips. You can see it slipped all over the place. So I have to use these clips. Get this all clipped together. And do it on the other side as well. Keep this as flat as possible. And now I'm going to go sew this top and this bottom. I am not going to sew this side. Alright, I have sewed this top edge and this bottom edge, and I did not sew the fold side edge, just the side that didn't have the fold. That was sewn in the first step. And now we're going to turn it inside out. Alright, I made a little bit of a mistake, but that's okay. It's about my directional fabric. I didn't think it through, but that's okay. Nobody is going to care if the dragons are upside down or not. So I need to turn this into a pillowcase, so I will put the short side on first. Ouch. Bang my elbow. And then I'm going to stuff the rest of the pillow in. And the long side will go under the short side. I have a pokey thing. You can use a chopstick or a pokey thing, any pokey thing. And I'm going to gently poke out my corners. Poke out all four corners. And as you can see, I should have made my dragons go in the same direction. I've got some going this way and some going this way. But a 2-year-old won't care. Or a 3-year-old, or 4-year-old, or 7-year-old. Nobody will care. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Minky. This Minky is very soft. I love working with it, but it's difficult to work with. And I recommend before you start sewing with Minky, because of that 4-way stretch, that you go to the Shannon Fabrics website and watch their videos on how to pin and how to cut Minky. It's very slippery because it's so soft, so it moves around a lot, and the pins won't stay in it, and when you're sewing it stretches. So they've got a nice double row of pins that they recommend to use, and I didn't use that on one side, but I did use it on the second side, and the second side that I sewed went much better. So it's good to learn the techniques of the fabric that you're working with. And that is how you make a quick pillowcase with a pocket rather than a button or a zipper. All right.